I want to leave. You know, when you were talking, Betty, about the...
Not on.
Turn on. Turn it.
Now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're on. You're on, baby.
When you were talking about the presence, it's something I've noticed that every time we have the healing circle on the third Sunday, that there's presence here all the time, but it's almost like we have inflows of it coming in. And it feels like it's all just hovering and waiting for the healing circle to come in and help. So avail yourself of that. Get in the circle and let whatever the worries are, it can be anything. It's not just a physical ailment. Whatever you need, bring it to the circle. When all of us get together, our consciousness all comes together to create this gestalt that just goes out and works miraculous things. So, yeah, like that goes, whoa. So come and enjoy it today and just allow yourself to receive it. Let it come in. Even if you feel life's perfect and you don't need anything, take it. It can't hurt to have that extra boost. It helps with mental clarity. It helps with your physical well-being. It helps with motivation. It helps with everything. So this month we're talking about nurturing the self, nurturing growth, and nurturing expansion. And as Betty says, I like to see what those things look like in our world. You know, there's lots of books and lots of theories and lots of esoteric knowledge, but I like to walk away knowing after I've read a book or after I've been to a workshop or learned something, how am I going to use that in my daily life? What does it look like? How does that work? So when I started thinking about this talk, I realized that we're actually walking two paths in our life. We have what we call the lower self, or the human path and the human experience and what goes on that. And then we have the higher self. While everything is spiritual, this self is focused on our connection to Source. So when we're talking about nurturing ourself, there's something that we do for one and something that we do for the other. And I want to give you some examples so you realize what's really happening. When we talk about nurturing our higher self, we're talking about connection to Source, connection to God. We're talking about experience that, being that. We're talking about meditation, those kind of things. We're going to see the practitioner for treatment, going to classes, learning these things that help us. And as we do that, then we see the growth and the expansion come in. Source and our higher self are, if you look for a definition, it would be love, omni-love. It's a love that's not confined, it's an unlimited love. We say unconditional love, but by inference, unconditional means that there's a conditional, and they're all together on the same continuum. So we need to go past that to this omni-love. So on this path, our goal is to become love. Love unfolding, love expanding, love growing, to be able to share ourselves, to be able to touch hearts, to be able to not only gift it to ourselves, but to gift it to everyone around us. So then we look at, we're working on that, but what do we do in our lives? Lives are chaotic. They're busy. We have careers. We have to pay bills. We get sick. We have to take care of family. We have all this drama going on all the time. Now, you may think that going to work and paying your bills and having a place to live and eating good and doing those kind of things are taking care of yourself, are nurturing yourself. And in a way they are. But when we're trying to walk this path of bringing this expanded, connected, omni-love into our daily life, we have to love ourselves. We do that through an intimate experience with ourselves, an intimate relationship with ourselves. That means we take the experience of eating food, for example, and make it sacred and holy. We bless it, we thank it, we chew it, we enjoy it, we recognize what it's gifting us with. All of these things are showing love for ourselves by allowing ourselves to expand and to share our love, but also setting up a connection with what we're doing so that it loves us too. Everything has consciousness. Everything can love and communicate. So you go to work You want to take your love and open heart to work. You want to love those around you no matter the drama. When you can put yourself in a position of love, the drama goes away. You will get a new job or promoted. The drama will get a new job or promoted. It'll be resolved. But love opens as it becomes more of you, as you're embodying more of it and becoming this living vessel of omni love. You're starting to bring these two paths together. You're reaching out, connecting, and becoming this. But then you bring it into your human experience. So you are loving 24/7. You become a verb. You become a lifestyle. You become a way of living. You become active love all the time. Then you expand it. As you expanded to let more omni love into yourself here, as you grew to understand it more, to be safe with it, to trust it, to allow it to be, now you bring that and allow it to expand in your world. You actively love yourself. It's more than just looking in the mirror and kissing yourself. It's allowing you to say, you know what? I love my body so much and it's tired. I'm going to go take a nap. Or I'm going to go to bed early because I love my body. I'm going to allow these things to happen. I need to exercise. Instead of looking at it as a burden, you thank the body for the ability to exercise, for the ability to experience. You're showing the body gratitude and blessing and active love. The body knows how to heal. It's going to cooperate with you. When I went to England, my back goes out very easily. I talked to the body ahead of time. I said, we're traveling on the plane. We got to go through airports. We've got to walk a long way when we get to Heathrow. I need us to cooperate and get that done. And you know, I walked through Heathrow without a flinch. It was wonderful. But it was loving, body loving me loving body, us connecting, growing through the experience and expansion. These things are going on continuously. We go to classes. Do you go to class to say you've been there? Do you go to workshop to say you saw somebody important? Or do you go there to learn? Do you go with an open mind? Do you go realizing that love always has something to teach you? That we can become more by expanding and increasing our wisdom. We do that through the love process, through experiencing. The more we experience love in our life, the more we want it. The more we want to share it. When we start, we have to have notes around, or we have to remind ourselves, or we'll put up pictures that mean something to remind ourselves. We meditate on a particular thing. As we grow and expand in this bringing together of these two parts of ourselves, we learn to focus on love, to focus on that all the time, because that is the most important thing that we can bring to this world. You want peace on earth? Start with loving yourself. Start with loving the enemy. Start with learning to love. And that doesn't mean that others do not have to be responsible. It does not take that away from them. They're still responsible for their choices. What you're changing is how you perceive what's happening. Loving things that we have, and we surround ourselves with beauty and we love them, they're there for us. They take on love. They help make our environment more loving. When I drive onto this property, to me, it's a sacred park. I feel peace immediately. I feel love here. I feel blessed. I can walk in the door and really feel blessed and appreciate what we have. This building loves us back. These chairs love us back. We see it all the time. When we hug and we share, or when we're in the healing circle, or we're sitting here for whatever we're here for. There is love in all of it. It's changing our perception to seeing the cup half full instead of half empty. when you catch yourself starting to say something negative or seeing what's wrong, stop yourself a minute and say, no, let me see what's good in this situation. What am I learning here? Why is this here? Instead of fighting it, embrace it. Okay, I've had this. I'm ready to move on and pass the test. What is it? We may not always know cognitively what it is, but we can know in our hearts that whatever the lesson was, it's been incorporated. It's been learned. It's now part of our wisdom. Think back to when you were a child. You were growing. What did you think about? Well, you thought about your next birthday. You thought about getting to middle school or getting to high school. You thought about something always in the future. That was your growth. I don't remember spending a lot of time thinking about wisdom. I remember thinking this was an accident that I'm in this world and how do I get out? But not how to love this world. That's something I had to learn over the years because this world scared me. It was chaotic. It was full of violence. It was full of people hating and raping and pillaging. And it was like, okay, I know I came from somewhere different than this. What am I doing here? But I learned I had a purpose in this world. There were things to learn, knowledge to be gained, things to help, whether it was treating or giving or whatever it was. But what I learned most of all is I help the most by helping myself. It's like a dirty glass of water. Every drop of love we put in that water makes it clearer, makes it more loving. Every time we help somebody, or we smile, or we look them in the eyes and actually care, or have conversations, we're showing love. That helps to heal the world. When we do our healing circle, we're sending that healing out to whomever needs it. It's there for them to have. When you ask for healing, we do our treatments. It's there for you to accept whatever you want to accept. It's a gift of love. We have a multitude of volunteers in this church. They do good work. You come here, and every time we come, you can see something that's been worked on. Whether it's John doing the burning the wood pile and doing the holes in the driveway, or all the people working on the partitions, or the way it's clean and John's crew keeps it clean. All those beautiful people coming in silent love and service to our family. That's where we want to go. That's how we bring them together. We want to be in love and service to the world. Love and service to humanity. For years I would ask, how do I serve? What is it you want me to do today? I never know what it is. I get requests in my mind all the time for prayers. I don't worry about who it is or where it's coming from. I just tune into that prayer channel and I give what's ever needed. I used to sit in places, even in church, my hand would do these weird things because somebody needed energy or somebody needed something. And I gifted it because there was a need. It's being able to be so loving. You anticipate needs because you're in the flow. You hear somebody say they need something and you know someone who has it, you make the connection. You make it happen. You pass things on you're no longer using.